Here we go. It is episode number 316 of the Nation of Conversation. I'm your host, Ryan, and I'm here with Bill and Wally now. We lost Mike, of course.
Oh, darn.
Too bad for him. He doesn't have to see the package. So, because it was episode 316, I decided we need to do something Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, the options were one of his crappy movies or his documentary, which was on the network, which was 2.5 hours long, and questionably how long would it be on the network because Bill lost the network.
Yeah, this week it was a close call.
Thursday or Friday, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. So we review the package. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dolph Lundgren in a movie. This 2013 classic.
Now, all I could think of was Trapped in the Closet whenever I thought about the package. This was not nearly as good as
Trapped, like the R. Kelly song?
Yeah, because the whole time at the
movie,
I think it's the end of the first set of them. They keep saying, "He's got the package," which is, I think, AIDS, if I remember correctly. But they don't call it that. They say he's got the package.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so I wanted to celebrate Stone Cold Steve Austin on this episode, so I guess we should start with some Stone Cold wrestling stuff, maybe? I don't know. When's the first time you remember seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Hollywood Blondes came after his rise for me.
Hollywood Blondes was before Ringmaster.
Yeah, but all that I was not aware of. I became aware of Steve Austin, I think, in the maybe a little before, but roughly around the King of the Ring.
So you knew him at...
I knew him at Stone
the
Cold.
beginning. So you remember him at King of the Ring, which is like technically the beginning of Stone Cold.
Yes, but anything he did before that, I didn't know about until after.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, it's definitely WWF, Stone Cold flipping off Vince McMahon, going like this to everybody, grabbing beers. That's the Stone Cold.
Never dropping a beer. Bing, 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 bing.
Open all of them with
one hand. Yep. Catch 6 in one hand and then open them all.
I do remember the Hollywood Blondes because I remember stunning Steve Austin a little bit. Did not know that they were the same guy for the longest time. Did not piece that together, that stunning Steve Austin, because it was such a quick thing. And I was so small that I'm like, oh, I kind of remember stunning Steve Austin, but I don't remember like the long run and all that stuff. And then the next thing I remember is because I was a little bit out of wrestling. I don't remember that 96 thing. I don't remember much of 97 on WWF stuff. It was 98. The summer of 98 is when I kind of went full on back in on WWF. And I think I had been watching WCW more. I've been watching a lot of Nitro NWO stuff before I went back to WWF. But I remember Tyson and Austin, all that.
Tyson. Yes.
And then what
I do remember that.
Remember a lot is the Raw after, I think it was the Raw after WrestleMania or a couple Raws later when DX reformed and Austin was in the suit and he stunned McMahon because he wanted him to be the corporate champion, and then he came out wearing a suit, I think. Kind of remember all that, and that's kind of when I got sucked back in. So he's a big part of the reason I got sucked back into wrestling. So is there any Austin movie that you like at all? He's got a career of absolute trash action movies.
I'm trying to think of any that I've actually seen.
Pretty sure he's in the Expendables.
He's definitely in the Expendables, but I've not seen it.
Expendables is pretty good.
Because that's been on my list as one of our movies to watch for a while, and I just have never pulled the trigger on it.
Like 8 guys who would make it count, but yeah, he was good in that.
He's like the main bad guy, right?
I can't remember.
One of the bad guys for sure.
Can't remember if he's good or bad.
Done.
Nothing else that good.
He was in The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, that was a TBS movie. I did watch that several times.
We've already seen that.
Yep,
he
definitely
was really
watched
good
that.
in The Longest Yard. He played a racist.
He's very racist.
Right.
Yep.
He's a racist guard.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of there. Not a lot on the Rock. A lot of good
Grown-Ups
movies.
2. Grown-Ups 2.
Yeah. He really has kind of stopped acting too. He's doing all the podcasting stuff so much now. I don't think he's acting as much.
Just waiting for the right role to come around. That's all.
He's much better at the podcasting stuff.
Yeah, it seems the last thing that he did that was not wrestling related was 2015 Chain of Command.
Oh, he's in Grown Ups too. I've never seen that.
Yeah, Grown Ups 2. That can be on the list. Grown Ups 1 is awful.
Never seen it.
Sucks.
Wasn't Grown Ups 2 worse than that though?
It's got to be.
Oh yeah, he had like The Condemned and all those movies that were just like bad action movies.
Yeah, a lot of straight to DVD kind of action movies.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so the package. The reason I picked this one is because Dolph Lundgren's in it, so of course it's going to be good, right?
Right.
No.
Wrong.
Very wrong. We open on bowling.
Yeah.
A bowling alley, like the insides of a bowling alley.
If I'm not, I'm in. I'm not out yet at this point.
Nice.
And I had never seen how those machines work. I was actually intrigued by
my
this.
mind was blown.
Best scene of the movie is how these machines work.
Yes.
I was like, so how the fucking machine finish the job?
How does it go from a circle to a triangle?
Yeah, and then it did it, and I was like, oh my god,
nice,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, so we see the insides of a bowling alley, and then we see a bunch of jabroni mafia type guys talking shit to each other, betting on bowling, and one of the dudes goes out to smoke, and he runs into, or gives away the position of, it seemed like, these guys to Stone Cold and his partner, whoever this guy is.
Yeah, the other guy.
I
think was his name.
Like that guy set the other guy up.
Yeah,
I definitely see like the way he just walked out and he kind of didn't look at Stone Cold.
And they
were like,
and they didn't even. They were like, "Where are you going?
Yeah,
are you smoking or something?" So Austin and this dude go in. They tell the owner, like, "Get your gun. Like, we're gonna make some shit happen here." And this guy Louise tries to run away. Austin grabs him. They beat the crap out of all of his friends. And Austin says, "You didn't pay Big Doug. I warned you. You need to pay Big Doug." And they're like threatening them, and they put his face in the ball machine, like the ball return, and the other guy throws a gutter ball. So it's going to come back and hit him in the face.
He's a bad bowler.
Yep.
Very bad. 2 gutters in a row to intimidate this Luis. But do those balls come back fast enough to really hurt somebody? I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
Apparently they do, because it gets
if your face is that close, yes.
It gets his nose broken. But and they're like, "This is your last warning, basically. We're going to kill you basically next time if you don't give the money." So that's Austin. His job is to work for Big Doug and get money from people and give it to Big Doug. So he meets with
muscle for whatever this Big Doug is.
Yeah. So we meet Big Doug, and Big Doug, Austin pays him a bunch of money and settles up with him. And Big Doug says, "You need to go get a physical. So I need all my guys to have physicals." It's like, oh, okay. So the mob, I guess he's Irish. Big Doug is an Irish guy, right?
And the other dude, I guess, does make a point to say, like, this is weird. Like, why does he care?
Right.
But Austin just basically says, if he tells us to do it, we do it.
Yeah. I do whatever Big Doug says. So they settle up. Louise is in Big Doug's bar and is spying on Austin, I guess. But wouldn't they just beat him up again? I don't know why. He's
working off the debt? Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, did that guy come back?
He was spying on Austin.
He was there with his broken nose while Austin and Big Doug were talking.
Oh, yeah. But did he come back later on in the movie?
Yeah. Yes, he did. He was helping inform Anthony of what was going on.
Who was Anthony? Right now, I can't remember. I'm sure when we get there, I will.
Another
There was a lot of dudes who looked pretty similar.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just could not keep it straight.
So Austin settles up, and Luis spies on him, and Austin says, "What's my next job?" And Big Doug says, "You got to deliver a package to the German."
The package?
And if you deliver the package to the German, your brother who's in jail has debt to me, will be wiped clean, which is apparently part of the reason that Austin needs this job, to make lots of money so he can continually pay off his brother's debt to Big Doug.
Yes.
He is paid not to know what's in this package. It's like a little journal looking thing. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
We see Dolph Lundgren finally. He's meeting with some guy in a diner. Is that where he is?
Yeah.
And the guy
definitely opposition. His opposition.
Yeah, we don't even know what Dolph Lundgren does. He says something about a garbage dump. He controls a garbage dump or something.
It seems like two crime mob bosses come together to talk.
So they're going to talk because Dolph mistakenly did something that stepped on this guy's turf. And the guy has a ton of like military dudes in his kitchen waiting to kill Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know we've said he's the German.
Yes.
But that is the only thing he has called in this entire movie. Yeah. Like people will say to him, hey, the German.
Right. I think he comments on it.
He says
later,
it's like
I like being called a German.
Yeah. I think Austin says you want me to call you that? And he's like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So Dolph Lundgren, the German, gets tipped off. Basically, this guy's playing too nice. So he picks up a steak knife off of a plate and kills a bunch of guys with machine guns with said steak knife by using one of them as a human shield. He then climbs into this. Yeah.
One of those bullets is going through
the amount of bullet, the amount of dodge of bullets in this movie is insane.
Yeah.
So he climbs in the ceiling and he gets some more butter knife kills on the other side using this, or I guess it was a steak knife, not a butter knife. He kills everybody. He kills even the other guy. And then he's out of there. So obviously Dolph is very skilled. He's a very skilled man. He can kill a bunch of machine gun guys with a knife. Austin meets with his brother in county jail, and he talks about, you don't have to pay this debt back. Like, it's not your fault that I stole from Big Doug. And he's like, no, I'm doing it. Too bad.
Yeah, the brother seems to toe a line between like you don't have to worry about me, and also I'm a jerk off, and clearly you need to worry about me.
Yeah. We see Austin coming home to a romantic dinner with his lady. What's her name again? I forget. Does it matter? I don't know.
No.
She's like, they bang.
Was it Darla?
Darla. They bang, and she says, like, you gotta quit this Big Doug job. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, to be a bouncer and make no money? She's like, we'll figure it out. It's like, I don't think so. I'm not gonna do that. She's like, well, what if you had millions of dollars? What would you do? And he just doesn't have an answer. He's like, I don't know. And then she's like, do you love me? And he's like, no.
He didn't say no. He just says, you know how I feel.
You know how I feel about you.
Well,
like, oh, okay.
Why won't you ever say it? Because you know how I feel. Like,
ouch.
And that's good enough for her.
Love you. Yeah.
Good enough for her.
She's a big dummy.
So we get Austin and his partner riding down the road to deliver this package to the German, who Austin already knows and apparently doesn't like. And his partner is trying to open the damn journal, and he's like, don't open the fucking thing. We're paid not to open it. And then, of course, sniper bullets, car explosion, everything's crazy. His partner's dead. His car's wrecked.
Now, he does not dodge bullets, his partner.
Oh.
At first, I thought that the book had done something to them. And I'm like, oh, no, it's definitely...
I thought something came out of the book, too, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, but hopefully it was something from the book that killed him. That way there's an interesting part of the story. But no.
So Austin gets out of this car, and he's being attacked by a SUV filled with ridiculously armed military dudes.
Yep.
These people that are crazy armed.
Mercenaries, I believe.
I guess.
Yeah.
So he rolls into some store, and there's a kid there with the headphones in, and No cops are anywhere to be seen. And these guys show up and they shoot this guy because they're so very good at being mercenaries. They give their names away. And they have to shoot the kid. Austin has to fight his way out. In a knife fight, he kills the one dude and beats up the other guy. Then this dude from the car comes out with this giant ass machine gun, even though his own guys are in the building, and just blasts an entire building with this machine gun. But Austin's not even there; he's gone.
He's also shooting 12 feet and above. It seems like.
Yeah.
The bullet-fed machine gun.
Yeah. So automatic or whatever. Yeah, like giant 50 caliber or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the type that's actually usually on a stand that people can't
on
actually
a stand or in a helicopter. Yeah.
He holds it by himself.
Cannot be held. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So Austin goes and steals a motorcycle from a gas station, and then the next thing we see is the bad guy who somehow didn't die from all that firepower, climbing into his car and being like, they're both dead. This guy is way more advanced than we thought.
Yeah, bad intel. He's not just some thug.
Right. So this guy goes to the gas station and he yells at the gas station owner about showing him the footage of Austin driving away on the motorcycle. And the cops, he had told the cops, and he's like, did you tell me about this? He's like, yeah, of course I told the cops. So he blows him away to kill him.
Fair.
Then we see the big boss, Anthony, yelling at this guy, saying he needs to work against the German. And you need to figure out what this is. I have no idea what the package is, but I want it first. So, okay. You guys suck. You're not worth the money I hired you for. I'm gonna put an open call out for his death or whatever, so I can get this package. And then we see Luis is back, and he's giving all the information on Austin about how he used to be in the military and this and that. The German is making breakfast and smoothies and talking about like he has like a YouTube show giving a recipe about why he puts certain things in a smoothie.
But it's not for YouTube.
No, It's for a dude who's been shot and a bunch of dead guys.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to know who you sent to kill me. And the guy's like, I can't do it. Like, just let me die. And he's like, no. Let me talk more about my smoothies. And he's like, please stop. Just
let me talk to you.
Let me talk
to you.
So he finally gives up Anthony, and Dolph kills him and then leaves. And we figure out that Dolph is sick. So he keeps coughing. Dolph Lundgren is somehow sick.
Yep.
Austin cleans up his wounds like any good action movie. He goes in the bathroom and Butterfly. I thought he was going to stitch himself up. He didn't do that. Though.
He didn't even. Yeah.
Butterfly, where he got stabbed, and cleans up his head and all this stuff, and all that stuff. German meets with his doctor. The German meets with the doctor, and he's like, are we all set to go? The doctor's like, yeah, I guess. There's no cure. Like, we gotta do this. And he's like, all right. And we see Austin pull into a town, and he calls Big Doug. It says, like, this thing is out of control. Like, if you want this delivered, you got to send somebody else. And he says, Big Doug's like, you want to send somebody else, then you're out. You're done. So Austin's like, I guess I got to do it then.
I can't afford to not do it. Yeah.
Can't afford to not do it. So he then calls Darla to check on her. And she's like, what's going on? It's like, not much. She's like, I'm having a terrible day. And he's like, oh, yeah, I bet you are. She's like, all right, love you. And he's like, nope. Click. Not doing that.
I know.
He hitches a ride with a random dude in the town. Gets somewhere, but the sheriff spot him and tip off the bad guys. So the head bad guy, Anthony's number 2 bad guy, shows up, and he wants to he leaves the gun. He wants to fist fight Austin for some reason. And
some weird respect thing that's not really well explored.
Yeah, and this is in front of a bunch of dudes welding at night, like for a backdrop.
But also not really welding anything in particular, just doing it.
And not giving a fuck that these two people are trying to beat the shit out of each other.
No.
Right, trying to kill each other. So they fight. Austin beats him up. He lets the guy live for some reason. And then super team of bad guys come in and they taser Austin and take him and the package to some weird warehouse.
The package.
So like, just kill him. I don't know why they didn't kill him. Obviously, we know why they didn't kill him because it's Austin. But so they don't kill him. They bring him to the thing. Anthony's like, I got the package. What does this mean? I don't know what it means. Like, I hate you, Austin. He gets in his face. Austin headbutts him and kills him with one headbutt.
Yep. This guy who's supposed to be like one of the main bad guys.
Yeah. Kills him with one headbutt, one hit. So I'm like, where the hell is this going? He makes some funnies while he's tied up. Makes some funnies. The woman kills another guy for no reason. Who's just there, like another part of the group.
Didn't she like choke him out with her legs or something?
Yeah. She chokes him out. She's supposed to torture Austin.
A sexy kill because it's her legs.
She's supposed to torture and kill him. Because he killed her fiance, I guess, earlier.
Which we found out that the guy he killed earlier, was her fiance.
Yeah, we don't find out till now, I guess. Austin says your fiance died like a bitch when he's about to be tortured, so she gets mad, which allows him to pull her down and escape because she's not a very good.
Now, what happened was, she like sat in his lap choking him with like wire, and then the chair broke.
Yes.
Yep.
So he planned on the chair breaking?
He knew it was going to happen. I mean, ask Dan the Dan hat. Sometimes you know a chair is going to break.
That's mean.
He escapes.
He's broken many chairs. I'm not even. I mean, I guess I am making fun of him, but he understands.
He gets the golden gun, the Bond golden gun. They have like very fancy guns.
I hated the golden gun.
Yeah, gets that.
Dan Cashin used to kill me.
Best.
No, Dan Cashin used to kill me with the golden gun.
It's a good gun. So he gets a golden gun, kills the other guys, has a hand-to-hand, kills the woman, has a hand-to-hand fight with the military head of the bad guys, kills him and leaves him for dead in a puddle of water.
Yep.
And then does some joint manipulations on some other guys. Oh, on the last guy, kills him. But then he gets shot in the back by some dude. By the other dude.
But
not killed.
Then I thought, how is he not dead?
What did he get shot with? Rubber bullets?
And then we see he gets shot again with a beanbag.
Beanbag, okay. So this is Austin's now in the
this one guy who's part of the crew but keeps disappearing from the mercenaries.
Right. So now he's in there with the doctor, right? Is that where he is?
Sure.
Yes, I think he wakes up
like
and he's like attached and they're like taking his blood.
Wakes up tied to the table in a lot of trouble. And then he has a conversation with Dolph Lundgren and these doctors who talk about his HH blood and how it's Bombay blood and there's only so many people that have this special blood. And that's why Austin needs to give all of his blood to Dolph Lundgren. Is it all of his blood or just a little? I forget.
I think the plan is to keep him tied up and bleed him for a long time.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Why not just like buy him off? Just like be like, hey, you're my bodyguard now.
And they already took many pints of blood out of him when he was unconscious, I think.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing.
So here's a couple things. Yes, HH blood is a real thing.
Wow.
Hulk Hogan blood is a real thing. I said before, it is 4 per million in a human population, but in places such as Mumbai, which is formerly Bombay, it can have occurrences in as much as 1 in 10,000 where it happens.
Okay.
Also,
so 2 white dudes in America, one apparently being German.
yes.
Who know each other.
Yes. Those are astronomical odds. But hey, not zero. Not zero chance.
You know what? It's a decent. The movie's not great, but it's a decent twist, sort of.
Sort of.
So I like how it's still called Bombay Blood, even though it's
Bombay is not Bombay anymore.
Yeah, it's been Mumbai since 1995. So
old habits die hard.
Yeah, this movie was made in 2013.
Apparently Doug has sold out Steve Austin, literally his body. So Dolph Lundgren makes the James Bond villain mistake of leaving the room before this guy they can get what they want from this guy. So Austin whispers a bunch of mumbo jumbo about the blood's not right and this is wrong, and the doctor gets real close so he can bite his face.
Yeah,
so he can get out.
He goes full Silence of the Lambs here.
Yep. And then he gets 2 more like futuristic machine gun kind of things. And he kills a bunch of guys. Dolph Lundgren kills the other military guy. Is that right? Can't remember now. Finally, we get to the main event. Dolph Lundgren and Steve Austin finally are going to fight each other. But Austin kind of just beats him and wins pretty easily, right? Even though the German was like amazing in the first part of the movie at fighting.
Yeah, but he's sick. You know, he's worn down.
I guess. Austin
didn't get enough of Austin's blood.
Beats him and kills him.
Austin gave him a Samoa drop at one point.
He did. He gave him one
I
wrestling
was waiting for a stunner, and we didn't
stunners,
get it.
but he gave him a rest. He gave him a Samoan drop, right?
Yep.
So Dolph Lundgren's dead. Austin's free. He goes back to Doug.
This movie that's been not great so far, now is when it gets bad.
Very bad.
It gets very bad.
Austin goes back to Big Doug and confronts him about everything. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? You sold me out. And Big Doug's like, yeah, I did.
Yep.
Definitely did. I did it so that I would. He kind of frames it like either I was going to make a lot of money or I was going to get rid of my main other competitor, the German, and also make a lot of money. So either way, I was going to win. It was a win-win. But now you're probably pretty mad at me. And Austin's like, you're damn right. He's like, well, your brother's dead is cleared, if that means anything. And he's like, whatever. I quit. And
leave. We can just walk away from this. And he goes, yeah,
okay.
All right. We'll walk away.
All right.
I like how
you just killed the German. You can't kill Fat Doug.
He's right there. You can just kill him.
And he had to walk so far into this place that no one decided to pull a gun until he was right.
No one was afraid that Austin might want to retaliate.
Yeah, and he gets right next to him, and then he takes the shotgun from under the table. It's like
isn't that the best part of the movie though? Like the revenge on Big Doug. Like that should have been the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it should have been.
Or like the last 10 minutes. Like he gets Big Doug.
At least we get this out of the way, and then we can have a good finish though.
So Austin meets with his brother after he lets Big Doug live, and he says, "You're free from the debt, but you got to stay. Anyway, obviously, you're still in jail. Like, sorry, you can't get out of jail." And he's like, "Okay, whatever. Thanks, brother." And that's it. There.
Yep. Thanks, bro.
Austin at a car salesman place, and he's selling the Mercedes, which is another thing. It's like Austin's in like an old car in the beginning. He gets in on a motorcycle, but doesn't wear like the cool helmet. He wears like the little goofy booty helmet. And then
he drives that motorcycle for far too long without anyone arresting him.
Right. Nobody ever gets him. And then when he's leaving Dolph Lundgren's, he picks the Mercedes. I'm like, why is he picking the Mercedes? Okay.
Because he had the keys for it.
Okay. So I guess it's the only one he had the keys for. So he takes the Mercedes and sells it. And the guy's like, yo, you left something in the trunk. You better come get it. Like, you're at a shady car salesman. You're telling me that guy's not going to take that bag of money? But no.
Well, they like him too much.
They give Austin the bag, and Austin leaves, and he opens it, and it's a bag full of money. So he's like, oh, perfect. Now I got money too.
Yep,
And then I also got my new Ford pickup truck, because I cannot drive a Mercedes. So here I am with my Ford pickup truck that I just bought. And then he calls his lady and says, funny you should say something about me quitting and not having enough money, because I think we might have to have a few conversations. By the way, I love you.
I love you.
So awkwardly. The end. That was Austin in a movie. The Package.
Oh boy. I mean, it was I wouldn't say it was a quick watch, because at one point I paused it and like, this has got to be halfway right, and I was like a quarter. I'm like, oh god.
Oh, for me it flew by because I was playing on my phone the entire time.
Come on, Wally.
I paid attention enough to follow.
Don't admit those things on the show.
I paid enough to follow the story.
All he cared about was the blood.
This movie didn't shake you, Wally?
Nope, he didn't.
Oh my god. There you go. That was The Package.
And I still knew details about this movie.
It was a lot of slow moving parts for a short movie. At least it wasn't
we've watched worse. We have watched
at least
worse.
It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the longest.
This was on par with some of my bad shit, though.
Not your worst, but your bad, yes.
But yes. I will, yes.
This is like, what was that? Pitch Black or whatever that crap movie was.
Yeah.
The Vin Diesel one?
The Vin Diesel movie. It's kind of like on that par.
I would say it's slightly worse than that, but also shorter. So yes, on that level.
How did I get to watch that movie?
Bautista was in it, right?
Bautista? I don't remember.
Was he?
Oh, I think he was. He was part of like the
Yeah, Bautista was part of the bad guys or something. I think Bautista was in one of those Vin Diesel movies. I'm pretty sure it was Bautista.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel is basically a wrestler anyway, so.
Yeah. No.
Riddick. Was that what it's called? Riddick?
Oh, yeah, we didn't
Riddick?
watch. Yeah, we didn't watch Pitch Black. We watched Riddick. Like, not the Chronicles of Riddick.
No, just Riddick.
Yeah.
The chronic what calls of Riddick. Chronic what calls of Narnia.
Yep. There he is.
Past that chronic what calls of Narnia. All right. So this is WrestleMania week. We don't normally do a standard review on WrestleMania week. So the order of things will be, I don't know how exactly we want to plan it out, but we're going to talk about WrestleMania, probably first show. We got to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver. We got to talk about AEW and the news, whatever else is in the news.
There will undoubtedly be
plenty of
some other wrestling news from all the other weird wrestling things going on this week.
Right. There's plenty of things going on, so it'll probably be a breaking of those two.
Yeah,
probably WrestleMania is its own show and everything.
NXT news, AEW all by itself.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
I think I said this on yesterday, but I believe I'll just predict now that one of our wrestling notes is going to be G Raver with another serious injury.
Oh God, let's hope not.
Jumping off of something.
Let's hope not, G Raver. Stay on the ground.
I thought you said let's hope so.
No.
Jesus, fine.
I don't want G Raver to be hurt.
To be clear, I'm not rooting for it either. I just think it's gonna happen.
That's a prediction. It's not a wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That should be one of our New Year's predictions.
G Raver will suffer a serious injury.
Oh no! Come on. He already did many times.
Yeah.
He's finally back. Come on, let the guy go. All right. So, Bill, do you want to reveal your next? Do you want to reveal your movie that's going to come in 2 weeks, or do you want to save it?
For suspense sake only. I'm going to sit on it for a week.
Which means that it sucks.
No, it's
it's he hasn't chosen yet.
Bingo. Bingo.
Oh, you got it. You can't work ahead, Wally. Can't work ahead, Wally. Bingo.
If you know, you know.
You, Wade Barrett, and Santos Escobar are the only three people who know.
I would 100% hang out with those two some night. That would be a fun night.
Oh my god! All right, that's it. We'll end it there. A short one.
Yeah, what 30 minutes long? This
Was it?
I don't know. It's
like 45-ish.
We went long the last like 4 weeks, so it could be.
That's
short.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
We've had a couple total in over 3 hours.
Not much to say on this one. It's just a standard crappy movie.
We go very long on the regular news show anyway, so
yes,
went over
that's
that
usually
one.
Between like 1:15 and 1.5 hours.
And both Zootopia and Dark Knight were long ones too. So
why was Zootopia an hour? I don't understand what happened there.
It was like an hour.
There was
15.
a lot of plot. There was a lot of plot in it.
Was it an hour 15? It was way longer than I expected.
Yeah.
It took forever to download. I'm like, why was Zootopia so long? What the hell happened? Oh well. That's it. This was a short one, but happy 316 episode. And if you can make Peacock work, maybe there's some Stone Cold on there. What's your favorite Stone Cold match? Do you have a favorite Stone Cold match?
What was his?
I love the 97 Royal Rumble. Obviously, I didn't watch it in the moment, but the one where he stunned everyone.
And then like sat and waited.
Yeah.
Yes, that's excellent. What was his SummerSlam match in 1998?
Him versus Undertaker, the one where he gets knocked out. And he retains the title.
You know what my favorite one though is probably him versus Brett Double Turn. That was such a good match. He's got some good ones with Mick Foley and stuff, but him versus Brett is probably my favorite.
That's probably the right answer.
And then in part because it's in Albany and in part because it's just awesome. His beer truck was a moment that's
the beer truck.
Oh yeah.
The beer truck. I very, very much have this Raw that it was a Raw Hell in a Cell. It was Mankind gets Spike DDT'd by the Brothers of Destruction, and then Mankind has another Hell in a Cell. He already had the one famous one. He has a Hell in a Cell match with Kane, I want to say. And Austin comes from underneath the ring and beats up Kane. And Undertaker can't get into the Hell in the Cell because it's closed. And so he climbs up top to try to rip open the cage. And then Vince McMahon raises the cage. So that Undertaker raises up so he can't get into the match. And then that all happened on I think it was the go home to that SummerSlam 98. That was a great night of Austin stuff.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah. So that was good. But Austin definitely... Wrestling Austin was way better pre-injury.
Oh yeah,
those Brett matches happened before the pre-injury.
And his promo, of course, the thing that set it off, your John 3:16s and Austin 3:16. So I just whooped your ass.
Yeah, you thump your Bible, and all I need is my Austin 3:16 against Jake the Snake.
Yep.
So that's where that came from, because I never knew where Austin 3:16 came from.
Yeah, because at that point, Jake Roberts' character was that he was like a Bible thumping preacher.
Yeah.
So he beat him to win the King of the Ring, and then that was part of his promo. You thump your Bible, you got your John 3:16s. Well, Austin 3:16 says, "I just whooped your ass," and that became the T-shirt.
Yep. And he also said
roughly 70% of the people I knew had.
He said bottom line too in that one too for the first time.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because Stone Cold said so.
I had the shirt. Yeah. I got it in Lake George. I wish I would still wear it if I had it. I don't fit it. Obviously, it was like a medium when I got it, but it was the smoking head with the smoke coming out of the eyeballs on the back, and then just like WWF Stone Cold on the pocket, and it was just a smoking skull in the back, and I wore that all the time. I wore it everywhere for years until I couldn't fit into it anymore. That's one of my favorite shirts. It was I think it was a knockoff. When you go to Lake George, when you used to go to Lake George up by where we live, you could go into those T-shirt shops and they just had shirts for everything. Yeah. And they had a whole wrestling section. I picked that out one time.
You fit into those shirts anymore though?
It was a medium, so no. Triple X now. I can't fit into a medium, schmedium. I was a thin man back in 1998.
Model Murray.
200 pounds less. Oh my God. I couldn't even keep weight on then. Look at me now. Look at that. Yeah, but yeah, that was my favorite shirt for years.
It's a curse for sure.
I remember specifically.
You and Jared Burns both are so cursed.
Why Why is Jaron Burns cursed?
Because
he
He's
can't
the
keep it on
luckiest
either.
man on the planet.
Exactly. He once tried to put on weight by going to a donuts only diet, where legitimately for like a week he ate only donuts and he lost 2 pounds.
The legend.
He lost weight.
I remember specifically picking this Austin shirt out though because I wanted the DX shirt too, but the DX shirt said "suck it" on it, and I was afraid that everybody would not tell me not to wear, like in my life would be like, you can't wear a shirt that says "suck it."
Yeah.
So I picked the Austin
I
shirt
feel like
instead.
Mrs. Murray would not have.
Yeah, my mom would not be into that. Dad.
Right.
Yeah, family. Anybody else? I remember wearing one time I went to church. I specifically remember it. Like we had to go to church for something, and it was like the last minute. And I had the Austin shirt on, and I went to church wearing the Austin shirt. And I'm like, I feel like the people behind me are looking at me weird right now.
Smoking skulls.
A skull with smoke coming out of it in church. That's probably weird. That's probably a weird choice. Anyway, that's it. That's episode 316. We're gonna do full breakdowns of all the wrestling next week, and then Bill's gonna eventually come up with something that he can make.
I got a great one.
He just can't reveal it yet. No secrets yet. All right, that's it. This episode's over. It's a quick one. Enjoy it. Peace out.